Hey guys, we're back. We're doing the final installment. We're going over the multicolored cards,
All of them.
all 70 cards, and we're going over Advent of the Worm, which is a 4 mana cost instant speed that puts a 5/5 with trample into play.
Give me now.
Holy crap!
I mean, this card does it all. You flash in a blocker stage, and you got a 5/5 just ready to eat their guys.
Does this have to be on? Does this have to be on their blockers? It can be on their
Or their
instep.
instep. And then it's like swing 5. Then you didn't see that coming.
Or just play the 1-drop populate card on the next turn, and then another Advent of the Worm. Turn 5, I have 3 5/5s.
Yeah, seems good.
Your turn.
The card will definitely see some play.
We needed Snapcaster to be good, and I think they did it.
Snapcaster was already good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, they needed it to be better, and they made it better because they made Snapcaster come with a 5/5.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Alive and Well. Had to turn my head sideways. Put a 3/3 green creature token into play for 4 mana, and
you gain 2 life for each
creature you control for 1 mana. So if you have no creatures, this card costs 4 mana. It costs 4 mana. If you have no creatures to play, you're not playing well. Ah, funny joke. Ah, bad pun.
I think this card would be okay if it was instant.
Well,
it would have to be.
It would have to be half. And I understand that it couldn't be instant speed. You couldn't have a 4 mana instant speed 3/3 because we already have a 4 mana instant speed 5/5. And I can understand Well being instant, but they had to make the fuse cards both halves.
Yeah. But I don't see this getting much love.
Even in limited. Well,
because the what you got called the Conclave, which is the 2 mana 3/3 Centaur token, and it's only 2 mana. I know it's white and green, but you're obviously playing white and green in this deck. If you're gonna
you can put this in a Cynic deck for the evolve trigger, because you're not putting this in a because you're not playing well in an Orzhov deck really, unless you want just a cheap extort trigger. Or you have the Guild Mage.
Yeah, I guess that's possible.
That's the only reason you're playing well in an Orthodox deck. You're not playing
when you gain life, they lose life.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. The Boros card, you're not really gonna. You want creatures over this. Yeah.
I think it's a Mac card.
I think it's good. It's good enough, in my opinion, to where it can be run in so many different decks. It will be able to be played, but it's not going to be overwhelmingly awesome in any of those situations.
It's not going to be like, I want an Alive and Well. I need an Alive and Well in this situation. Because if you're drafting, that's what I'm saying.
Because if you have Alive and a Well and you want it really badly, that means you're already winning. That means you have a bunch of creatures in play, and Well would be good.
Yeah.
That's the only reason you want it, and it's like that's a dead card. You're not adding anything. You're just kind of Next card.
Oh. Shout out to the Vanilla 4/6.
It's 5 mana 4/6, which is not the worst.
No, it's not the worst. It's a 4/6.
And I guess it's in the correct colors to be ramped out. I guess a little bit.
The blue stones are the only real ramp.
And the red green elf, which we'll get to later, and Gyro Sage.
True. Okay, so there's a little bit of ramp.
But
it's okay.
It's the 4/6. Moving on.
For vanilla creatures.
Yeah. Armed and dangerous. We've had this kind of effect before in Assault Strobe and Scars, and that actually was okay because it was a 1 mana spell, and Poison and Infect was in that set. That's the only reason that card stopped play at all. The only reason this is going to see play is if you have enough mana to do this, it will kill someone. This is a kill spell.
Yeah, it's definitely a kill spell because you're like, all your guys able to block, so this turn block my 1/1 over here, and I hit you with all my big guys. Have a nice day.
And one of them has double strike, so.
Yeah, if you're playing this stuff too.
But then they play that card that says prevent all damage to you, and you gain 2 life. You gain life for each creature attacking. You're just like, well, there went that plan. I just lost my guy. Okay, next card. Ascended Lawmaker. Well, if I could, there we go, or not.
Hold on a little bit more.
No. Alright,
There you go.
Ascended Lawmage. 3/2 for 4. That's flying and hexproof.
Good card.
Yeah, it's a good. It's a above average uncommon because it will either trade.
And it has vision. And they can't use removal spells unless there's a master.
So if you're playing any sort of enchantment, like, or there's that a card we're going to get to in just a second that is blue and white.
Still have green white enchantment.
No, the blue white. It's a fuse card.
Oh, okay.
That gives +2/+4 and target creature -6/-0. Protect and serve, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always play these cards. Anything with evasion's good, no matter what. And this being hexproof makes it annoying. Alright. Now we won't go into a 10-hour discussion on this card because
Or not.
Because we can.
This card's amazing.
Told you it was it was blue.
Okay.
Told you.
Well, you know.
But there's a reason why this card is rare.
Yeah.
And it's because it will be played in every format.
Yes. Like, you know.
There's a reason why Glimpse of Nature was banned in Modern.
There is, and Glimpse of Nature, you know, only did it for creatures and everything that are under your control.
But you only have to cast a spell. It didn't interplay.
Plus, when you cast the spell, you.
Glimpse of Nature is when you cast a creature spell, draw a card.
Okay. And this is when a creature enters the battlefield.
Yeah.
However.
So each one is upsides, each one has downsides. This one costs green and a blue, Glimpse of Nature costs 1 green.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why Elves combo is in Legacy, and it's really good. This will, oops, that's a computer. This will see.
This will see a lot of play.
Yes.
In combo decks.
This is only that you don't see calling unless it's limited, and you hit this card entirely wrong. It puts 4 of them, and it's white, blue. You thought it was green white. It put in 3.
Oh, whatever. I'm stupid. So sue me.
You don't have no money.
I will.
Yeah, but you're.
Anyway, this card's awesome.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's one of my favorite cards.
It is my favorite.
For the set?
Like the most constructive playable. This is it right here. Besides Advent of the Worm, in my opinion. But it's also like one of my favorites because I like combo a lot.
Spoiler, I do too.
Especially creature combos.
Yeah.
Okay, Blast of Genius. The sorcery speed 6-drop, so it's already like meh. It doesn't. I hope it does really something amazing. Because choose target creature or player. Draw 3 cards and discard a card. And it deals damage equal to the discard card converted mana cost to that creature or player. We have cards that do this already. There's a reason why Mercurial Chemistry isn't seeing play. Even though it's a creature that drew you 2 cards for 1 blue mana, and also had this exact same effect.
It's not.
This will not do anything, unfortunately. I really want this to be good, but it costs way too much for this kind of ability.
Yeah, it depends on the limited format it might be used in the deck feature.
But the thing is, if you don't draw a card that has a big enough converted mana cost to kill something,
right?
then
I know.
you pay 6 mana to do nothing.
You discard a card in your hand.
Yeah, so it's,
you would know what you have in your hand before you draw.
yeah.
If you have any cards.
But if you're hoping for it, it's like
right. And there's a thing called Infinite.
But that's not.
I'm just saying, like that would be like, kill you.
If you could cast both of these cards, in the same turn.
No, I mean discarding it.
I
So
was
like deal that much damage to this.
but what if they have only one more?
And wasn't material chemistry only to target creature?
Target creature? Oh.
This hits players. That's the only reason why I think this might actually see a little bit of play. Is because if you have like a 6-drop or a 7-drop in your hand, and they're at like 6 or 7 life, that's a win spell.
Yeah, but you have to have a scenario where it's like, well, I have to have the mana to play this card. I have to have the. Yeah, there's a lot
but
too many ifs for this card to be good.
It has some.
No. Beautiful mate. However, this card has a lot of.
Yeah, this card's great.
They're trying to make creatures better, and this common's amazing.
Yeah.
3 mana 2/2, pretty good. Pay 2 mana, make it a 4/4 fly.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
This reminds me of Delver because of the creature type.
An insect wizard. Nice.
It's a human insect wizard. It goes from a human wizard to a human insect aberration. Which I was like, okay, it's Delver again. Blaze Commando. I like this card because it's a 5/3 for 5, and it's kind of a beating.
Yeah.
But then the ability is like what makes it playable. Having removal spells become creatures,
On top of it, that's nice.
and it doesn't matter what it hits. It
Right.
has to hit something. It can even be
Feels
your own
damage.
creatures.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing.
It's good.
I like muggings becoming 2/2, essentially, with haste. Blood Baron of Viscopa, 4 mana, okay, 5 mana, 4/4, lifelink, protection from white, protection from black. You have 30 more life, and your opponent has 10 or less life. It becomes a 10/10. So, protection from most removal, flying, evasion, lifelink, semi-evasion, gets protection, lifelink,
Nothing.
becomes bigger.
Yeah. When when your opponent's at less life has. And you're
That's
at
right.
30 or more.
Yeah.
But it's a card. I
There's-
like
there's
4/4
on-
lifelinks.
There's only 2 cards other than this that has protection from black and white. You know one of them. And it's the Commander Digital. Anwar.
Yeah.
And also, a card that is still in every cube I've ever seen, Still Moon Cavalier. The 2/1 with that gets first strike or +1/0 protection for white and black. And it's a black and white card.
Hey, look, black and white card.
Yeah.
Text.
Anwar's the only one that's out of the loop that's not black white card that has protection from black and white.
I think this card is going to be good.
This card doesn't make sense to me because you can't put a gift to the doors over on this card. It's like I wanted to wear it. I wanted to have evasion and become a 5/5. Because he needs to be better.
Your info.
You can't put the armadillo cloak on him.
Your info.
Well, that's not in this
I know.
set. So, away with you in your. We're 12 battalion though.
Okay. You need to continue.
Okay.
Got a lot of cards to discuss.
They breaking it in range. This is the glimpse of the unthinkable. This will be worth $10, by the way. If you
Top 8.
and also it's no top 8 and also has second ability. This will be worth around $10.
Entering the creature card from your.
Put a creature card from a graveyard into play
battlefield.
onto your battlefield. It gains haste until the end of turn.
Awesome.
Costs a crap ton of mana though.
It's.
But this is an EDH card
Yeah. It's,
or a limited card. There's the reason why it's rare is because they don't want mill 8s running around for 2 mana.
Right. Yeah.
Because they almost made that mistake with the original Ravnica, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have Glimpse of Nature or Glimpse of the Unthinkable. I'm gonna keep saying Glimpse of Nature, Glimpse of the Unthinkable, a common, and have a billion, millions. Just
running
it's like, oh hey, quarter of your deck gone, quarter of your deck gone. I win.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Yeah.
It's a good card.
Oh duh.
Okay.
But this is going to see mostly in EDH. It'll be kind of unfair when you're playing against it in limited, but you kind of have to live with it.
Yeah.
They did their best making it a rare, so it's kudos. Boros Battle Shaper, beginning of each combat, target creature,
one target creature attacks
up to one,
or blocks this combat disabled, and up to one target creature can't attack or block this combat.
I like this ability because it reminds me of the Angelic Skirmisher, because it affects the board immediately. It's a 7-drop 5/5. Skirmisher was a 6-drop 4/4. It had flying, it had evasion, and it also gave your creatures buffs. This one makes combat hell for your opponent because they have no control of the creatures anymore.
Yeah, they have no control or something.
They make it so the only thing you do
decent.
is you make like this card. Plus, like the reason why I don't like this card is because you have to have a big enough creature to where you make him attack and then you make your opponent block. Like, and you make his other creature not able to block.
Well, you're always targeting your opponent's creatures with this guy.
No, you can make it to where like if they do a combat trick or like they try.
Okay, if they try to make all your creatures attack, you
like,
could say one of your creatures doesn't attack or doesn't block if they have
like that armed and dangerous card.
Yeah,
it's like okay,
yeah.
he just can't block.
Yeah,
my biggest guy. It's like
well,
okay.
9 times out of 10, you're going to be purely targeting their creatures.
Yes. But still, I don't like it that it's doing that. Like, it doesn't do enough.
Yeah.
And it costs too much.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Bred for the Hunt. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it deals damage, combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. This is a Dirtle card because you have to have creatures in play, creatures 1/1 counters with 1/1 counters. So
you have to be able to get
if this is good, you're already winning.
Yeah.
Where it's one of those things again. Where it's like,
yeah.
I just want another creature instead.
So, not that great.
Yeah. It's going to be an EDH for the Anor deck because that's all it does. But that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Yep.
Bronzebeak Moa, 4-mana bird that's a 2/2 that doesn't have flying.
Right.
And whenever another creature enters play under your control, it gets +3/+3. So a bird without flying.
That can be 5/5.
It can become a 5/5. If you, I like it.
I like it. I really
because
do.
you can have it stack.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it doesn't have trample or evasion. It's a bird. Give it flying.
Yeah, but look at the type of birds they are.
I know they're ostriches.
A moa doesn't have flying.
Give it trample. It can trample over something.
Maybe if it got big enough, it could trample.
Give it if you get if this ability triggers, it should get trample. A 5/5. It should become a. But if you don't have a creature, this card's bad because it's a 4-mana 2/2. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Oh,
so
okay.
you have to have creatures.
Situational.
Yeah. Of course, all cards are situational, but
if you have like a populating,
then that's fine.
On the battlefield, like this guy will always be a 5/5 almost.
If you have the
Guild Mage,
Wake to Reflections.
Wake to Reflections.
1-mana populate.
Yeah.
1 mana.
Well, that's sorcerer suit.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That becomes this. That means it's like
as long as you have another creature.
Alright, whatever. Okay. Catch and release. Gain control of target permanent until the end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste. That's for his catch, and then release is each player sacrifices an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, a land, and a planeswalker.
Yep.
I still don't know how to evaluate this card.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I think the most part is you're playing catch with sack elements.
Yeah, that might be.
Because you're not, I don't see getting to 9 mana that often. And in getting to 9 mana, then you're going right back down to 8 mana. So don't know. Had to try it, but I doubt it. Interesting card though. I like the pictures. I don't. I like the re-release picture. I don't like catch picture. Carnage Gladiator. 4 mana, 4/2. When a creature blocks, that creature's controller loses 1 life and pay 3 mana to regenerate it.
I love this card. In an aggro deck. It's like, I mean, it's no Hellrider, you know, but it's like the reverse of Hellrider, right?
I like it a lot because you can either play it, you can wait for it to have regeneration mana up, or you can play it on turn 4 when you are playing Rakdos and you have a bunch of creatures with turning cycles.
Right, but all I'm saying is it's almost like a Hellrider.
It's more like a Blood Artist.
Yeah.
That's more like, that's a better description, I think.
True, because that doesn't mean more. Because if they kill your guys while blocking,
Okay. But yeah,
I think it's.
it'll be good. It'll be a it can sometimes just automatically kill your opponent when you play it.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, I'm at like few life.
I'm at 5 and you have 5 creatures in play and I have.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Council of the Absolute. I'm going off of what Marlon Egolf said and what every single other person I think is thinking when they saw this card. They should just say Sphinx's Revelation in the mirror match.
I mean, yeah, I completely agree with that.
But the only thing is, this really doesn't do much other than the mirror matchup.
True.
Because you're not going to name a card that you don't have in your deck.
Yeah.
And you're not going to name a card that only you have but your opponent doesn't have.
True.
So...
Unless you had some weird combo-y thing with a non-creature or land card, like
that's also something that people don't realize.
Enchantment.
Yeah, people won't realize that if you can't name Thragdusk.
Right.
You can't name any lands to make them cost 2 to play it. Well, or you can't cast. And they specifically word it so he says you can't cast the card because so it's not gonna work anyways.
I mean, but like I could see like someone thinking about doing something to make an enchantment spell really cheap, or something like random off the wall type thing. You know.
And still, I don't know.
It probably won't see play.
This is see play. It just didn't say important. That's the only place it really would be.
Without the card underneath it.
Well, we're gonna go to this card first, which is one of my favorite cards, just because I'm an EDH kind of player, and it's going into my EDH. Deadbridge Chant. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 10 cards of your library. Don't play this limited, by the way. You never play this.
No.
There goes a quarter of your deck in limited on your own terms.
And what if they're playing mill?
Yeah.
It's like so stupid.
Yeah.
No, good.
Okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose a card at random from your graveyard. If it's a creature, put it in the battlefield. If not, put it in your hand. I want this to be good in standard because it's like it's such a crazy ability to like. You want to have the dream scenario of going flip Grizzlebrand. Oh, target Grizzlebrand! Yay!
It doesn't target.
Yeah, but it chooses at random, so it's like, oh, it chose Grizzlebrand has been chosen. Thunk! I have a 7/7 for free.
But the only thing why this card probably won't see standard play.
Only there's a lot of reasons.
I'm saying one of the main reasons is it's randomized.
I know it's because it costs 6.
Well, besides that, but like randomized things are never really that great because you want reliability, you want consistency, you don't want just randomized.
The card that says draw 2 cards and start a card at random. The red one, the flashback. That is actually really good. You don't realize that the card's really good.
Well, that's if you have the
Cabolt's
right
another
deck for
issue
it.
because it's
If you have the right deck for it.
no. You can play that just about any deck you want to.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Okay.
This costs 6. It mills you 10, so you're losing card advantage, and also you have to choose something at random. And if they both enchantment, well then you're just like, well, I just paid 600 to mill myself for 10 and do nothing.
Well, like,
Deputy of Acquittals.
I like this card.
2 mana 2/2 with flash that when you enter battlefield you don't have to. You may return another creature you control to its owner's hand. I like bears. I like flash bears. I like flash bears that save my other guys.
Yeah.
I like Silvermane Lion because of this card. Have you from Time Spiral?
Yeah,
This is the same thing.
Except
you don't have.
that was a have to.
Yeah, this one you don't.
Love this card.
It's great.
Yeah.
Next is another EDH card, Death to the Deathless. 4 mana, 2 black, 2 white, X. Each opponent loses twice the amount of life you paid for X, and you gain that much life. EDH only.
Not even with the guy above it. I think that would be interesting.
No.
I know it won't see that, but like.
It won't see fun. It's not even good and limited.
I know. This one's not good.
No.
Hmm.
Oh darn, I paid 7 mana to hit them for 6. And gain 6 life. They have creatures in play, I don't. I just lost.
Maybe.
Oh darn. Oop.
Down and dirty.
Down and dirty. So, Mind Rot for 4. And essentially, it's regrowth for 3.
So,
Can be backbreaking, situational. If it does something in the graveyard, it's good, yeah, so your opponent has to have 2 cards for it to be really good.
yeah.
So, but having them together, they're trying to make it kind of like Charms, where it's utility, but not working out because
It's took something, I think.
for both apps. Okay. Dragon Shift, 3 mana instant speed until end of turn. Target creature you control become a 4/4 dragon, loses all abilities and has flying. And then you can overload it for 7. Don't like this because you have to have a creature in play. You have to be able to have. It has to have haste or be in play already. You have to, for the overload, you have to have a lot of creatures in play for it to work. It's too much for this to go wrong.
Yeah.
And if your opponent has a removal spell and you use this and they kill it, well then you just got 2 for 1, sir. And that's your rare that you got rid of too.
Yeah.
Not to mention the creature thing. So not a fan. Yeah, this is one of David's, I guess.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, not mine either.
This is back to me.
Imara Tandris, the Selesnya Guild leader, 7 mana, 5/7, prevent all damage that we dealt to creature tokens. Guild Champion?
Guild Champion.
Yeah. Prevent all damage that we dealt to creature tokens you control. It doesn't do anything else. So the mill's 5/7 that has a possible upside if you have enough creature tokens. And they don't have destroy target creature or negative. Costs way too much.
Speaking of negative,
Costs
next card. I like this card.
Drowning Filth.
Drowning Filth. It seems pretty good.
I don't.
In the right deck.
I don't like this card.
You don't like this card?
Nope. Because
I don't like this card if they have the black card that exiles the creatures.
why?
Well, I mean, this gives them -1/-1 for each creature in your graveyard. Not that you turn over
Each land.
each land. Oh. Okay, I thought it was creature.
No, it's land.
Land. Never mind. But yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't know.
Because this is only to be played in limited for the most part. I don't see it making waves of constructed or modern.
Okay.
Because modern, you have better choices. And legacy,
Yeah.
get out of here.
I'm well aware.
Yeah. And in standard, there's not a way to destroy lands other than Ghost Quarter or Evolving Wilds. And if you're playing that, then you're not really.
You're probably right. It's probably not the best cards.
And also, you're milling yourself 4 cards in limited, which is
A 10.
yeah. And you already drew 7. And you've already played 2 lanes, so it's 9. So it's 13 cards. That's a quarter of your deck gone. And you probably have. And if you're doing this and your opponent's already pressuring you,
Yeah.
but so I don't see this really ever being good until the late game. And then at the late game, you're trying not to deck yourself.
Okay. I understand that.
One of my favorite cards now.
Good.
Exava Rakdos Blood Witch, 4 mana. This does not have the power of 3. This has the power of 4. This is a 4 mana 4/4 with first strike, haste, and each of the creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has haste.
All your Unleash Devils now are hasty. Have a nice day.
Yep. I like this card a lot. This is same power as Alchonauts Aristocrat. Has first strike, so it doesn't have evasion, but it does have the haste, so it kind of fits in the same slot, same mana cost. Not
It has the booty back it up.
yeah, but Alchonauts Aristocrat can make it indestructible, but it still has to sacrifice a creature.
Yeah.
But in the right deck, it had in the Aristocrat deck, it had a bunch of tokens and stuff to sacrifice off to it. So.
I'm well aware.
But yeah, I like Exava a lot. It's going to see a lot of play, I think. Especially after rotation, it's going to see even more play.
So, oh my god, the removal.
Far and away, this is the best removal spell I've seen in a while.
Yeah, by far.
People didn't like playing Devour Flesh because you gain life. People don't like playing Unsummon because it only does one thing for a turn. What if I told you you can get both and 2 for 1 out of a single card for 5 mana? You set them back 2 turns.
You know that Down and Dirty, how both cards are situational? And they added 1 mana each one? Yeah, that's shit, because they made this card, which they add 1 mana to each thing, but the ability is so good, and it's still at 5 mana, so it's amazing.
And these are both instant speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this will see play.
Definitely.
This will be an Esper control, bug aggro.
This will be your favorite limited card.
This will be great and limited. Yes, you're right. Unless your opponent's the token deck, you're just like, well, this doesn't do much anyways.
Well,
Bounce the token, sacrifice another.
Right.
But still really, really good. Flesh and Blood. Flesh is scavenge. So 5 mana scavenge on anything. Blood is target creature you control deals damage to its power to target creature or player. It's not fight, but it's
one directional.
Yeah, it's
and it hits players.
It reminds me of Ground Assault for creature power. That's essentially what it is. Yeah. Same mana cost.
I like the fact that it hits players because you get a big dude out and you're just like to the face. Now I'm gonna send it. It kind of makes me think of a fling without having to sacrifice a creature.
I can see that.
That's what I think of.
Okay. But still don't like it. You have to have a creature big enough for it to work. So Pharaoh Animist, it's a reprint from the original round ago.
Is it a reprint?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You remember the goblin that had like the bear claws on it? It was like poorly drawn, like Egyptian style, like his face was sideways but also looking at you.
Not really. Oh,
he was just like. Rah!
He trades up.
I liked him in the original one because that set had a wild inside and gave it plus 2/6. This card needs 3. But we do have Blood Rush, which is kind of the same.
It's very interesting.
If you have trample on it. You need trample on this card to play good. Flux Charger.
Flying, when you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may switch Flux Charger's power and toughness until end of turn.
I like this card because I've always liked effects like this, and
it has evasion.
It's evasion.
If it didn't have evasion, it wouldn't be as good. Cause like, oh, they have flying guys to block. Okay, I'm not gonna switch his power and toughness. But oh look, you don't have any blockers.
I like this card with Far and Away.
Yeah.
I'll just bounce your one flyer, make you sacrifice some of the creatures just for kicks, and then hit you for 5. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. So it's a good card. I like it. It'll be good and limited. Not seeing constructive play whatsoever. Gaze of Granite, however, that remains to be seen. 2 black, green, X. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost of X or less. I read this card, I thought it said for X. This is not for X, this is for less.
Yeah, X or less.
So
yeah.
this kills all tokens instantaneously.
Yes.
This kill, if you pay 3 mana, if you pay 6 mana, you're essentially wiping the field on your opponent's side. It's each. Okay, so it destroys everything.
Yeah.
I thought it was
everything.
Okay. I thought this was your opponent's stuff, unfortunately. No. So once again, I read the card wrong.
But
RTFC, man.
Yeah. But like, this card is like a board wipe.
It's a board wipe.
It's great. And like, say you. I know there's situations where it's going to be like amazing for you, and situations where it's not as good. But no matter what, it can be a board wipe.
Board wipes are good and limited.
Yeah.
And looking at it, I'm still thinking that it's going to be slow format with Dragon's Maze by itself. By itself. But I think with all 3 sets combined, it's going to be still a very quick set, very aggro-y, so this card might not see play as much. You didn't get the 4 mana for it to do anything, really.
No.
But limited as a dragon with sealed, I can see it being better. Gleam of Battle. Whenever a creature you control attack, put it 1 with counter. 6 mana enchantment that doesn't do anything. You have to have creatures in play for this card to be good, and they have to be attacking and not be trading or getting killed.
Yep.
So moving on.
Yep.
Give and take. 3 mana, 3/3, or 3 mana, 3 power, and 1/1 counters, or potentially drawing cards. I like this card because it has enough leeway and give to make up for the single usage and take. Give can go in Gruul, Selesnya, just about anything you can think of. Golgari, Cynic. It goes in all of those, and it works out just fine because 3 power for 3 mana is always fine. But that's all I have on my part of it. Goblin Test Pilot, the 3 mana, 0/2
That card
flying
is
ran.
bad.
It says random on it. Preserve creature or player.
That card is bad.
Random, no good. Moving on.
Moving right along.
Gruul War Chant. 4 mana. Each attacking creature you control gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. I like this more.
I like this more than like any of the other enchantments that are like in evil effect.
Yeah, because this one makes it harder to block. Still gives a bonus.
Yeah.
And it costs less mana. So that's my thing. Is that I like it a lot. Jelen, it's the Jelen Sphinx. He doesn't wear shoes though. The 5 mana 1/5 with flying and vigilance, and whenever it attacks, other attacking creatures get +1/+0 until end of turn. For some reason, it's odd to me that it doesn't say attacking creatures you control. I know it seems weird that it doesn't say that.
This was into the giant really well then.
Yeah.
That's amazing in Two-Headed Giant.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, his guys, they get +1/+1.
Yeah, that's like always been like, why doesn't it say attacking creatures you control?
That would be the reason.
Mm.
They wanted Two-Headed Giant to be a little bit different.
Yep. But 1/5.
1/1 Flying Vigilance.
1/5, not 1/1.
1/5 Flying Vigilance.
Yes.
What's that?
You said 1/1.
Go back and re-listen to it. I said 1/5.
You said 1/1. I'll play that for you later.
Okay.
Hunter of Nightvale. This is Cumber shown on a creature on the 4 of Nim. In return, the original Aftergale. The 3/4. I like this because the ability is annoying to deal with, and also because it's the 4 type of this creature, you can't really deal with it well.
It's a field and it automatically makes what's their attack.
Or block.
Attack and block. Well, yeah.
Yep.
Affects traits.
I like it.
How do you do?
Corrosive Gorgon, 3 mana, or 5 mana, sorry. Death Touch, 2/5, that says pay 2, remove the counter, -1/-1 for creature. And I like this card because it's a removal spell, but another thing I don't like it is that it doesn't give you a way to make counters.
Right.
So if you don't have a way to make counters, this card is dead.
Yeah.
But it is a 2/5 wall, so it's okay. Crassus Incubation. They found a way to make Pillory of the Faultland of the what was it?
I know what you're talking about. Probably. Yeah.
They made it in Cynic, and they made it better because you could put it on your own guys.
Yeah, I feel like you don't want to remove this from their guys ever. Then
That's fine.
if you put it on.
It's meant to be either a removal spell or a buff on your own creatures.
Yeah, but
that's why I like it. I like it so much. It's such a good card for me.
No, I totally like it. I would like to see some interesting combos.
This is Bonds of Faith, by the way. This is what Bonds of Faith looks like in Cynic. Because it hits humans, you either gets +2/+2 to humans, or it makes it attack, or not able to attack. Block. Really good.
Yeah.
Legion's Initiative. I don't understand why they're attacking Nigmazet. Not the best thing. It's like, we're gonna get him! We're gonna get him! SWAT! They're all dead. Red creatures get +1/+0, white creatures get +0/+1, and all creatures you control. And then you can play a white or in a red. Exile Legion's Initiative and exile all creatures you control at the beginning of your next combat or turn them to play. Turn those cards to the battlefield under their control. Not Legion's Initiative, just the creatures.
Right.
And they all gain haste. I want this. This will see play.
Yeah, it's protection from wrath.
Also, it turns all your guys into haste. You can do this immediately, and it's also an animal effect.
Sure.
But it's like, I want this. This looks. I want it to be better. It's good, but I want it to be better.
I think it's pretty good for it to be channel.
Lavinia of the 10th. 5 mana, 4/4 protection from red. Like the most random ability I've seen for a while. I haven't seen a protection from red creature for a while. I play EDH, and I look at Legacy and Modern. I haven't seen protection from red in a long time. Enters play, detain each non-land permanent that your opponents control with converted mana cost of 4 or less.
Yeah.
Gain haste!
Huh?
Gain haste! Get haste so you can attack with the detain ability with your 4/4. But yeah, she's a good one. But she's not the best at all.
I think she's pretty decent.
I think Exile is better.
She has a place.
Oh yeah, I like blinking her. Master of Cruelties. This is what's her name? The general, the black, white, red general. Kalia. This is Kalia the Vast, right? Kalia the Vast.
The one that puts things in play tapping effect.
Best buds right here.
Yeah.
This is an instant kill card.
Yeah.
Because if they have no creatures in play,
Yeah.
you win on turn 4.
Yeah. Well, you
if
kill
you can.
opponent.
Well, it's on my EVH. On Moto, you only can play with one. Well, you can only. No, actually, they fixed that. You can play with 4 people now. But yeah, this is kind of.
Crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I like it because in combat, this basically says indestructible and destroy target block. The creature that became blocked by this turn. Because it eats anything. Maw of the Obsidian, the 5 mana 3/3 that says sacrifice creature. Creatures you control get +1/+1. The aristocrats now have an anthem effect.
Why do I like this guy?
Because you like reanimation effects. And also, aristocrats, this is really good with it. With all the tokens it makes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, block my token, I'll make everything else bigger, I'll just sack the ones you block. If they're not trading, you know what I mean? And my other guys are bigger. Oh, look at there.
And also, this hits every creature, including itself.
Yeah, all creatures you control get that +1/+1.
So it doesn't. It's not like it's like Searing Spear. Sack a Lingering Souls token. I sacrificed a quarter of a card to prevent your 1 full card. Yay! He's good.
Pretty good maul.
He'll see play, but probably just a 2-of. Mirko Vosk, the Mind Drinker, 5 mana 2/4 that has Mind Funeral on a stick. Won't see play outside of Commander or Limited.
Yeah, Limited. I could see a mill deck in Limited more now than I could from Gatecrash.
Yeah.
With some of the cards that they printed, like breaking and
I was like breaking
and entering. You know, this guy. There's some mill that's pretty viable.
I'm gonna show you the next card, and you're gonna say, I want to cast Breaking off this card. Can I cast Breaking off that? I want to mill 16.
That would just be stupid, though.
Yeah, but this is just another journal. You don't even play this in Limited because it's a 2/4 for 6. It doesn't do anything.
And you're not gonna have tons of instants and sorcerers in your deck.
Like 5 to 8 usually.
Maybe.
Morgue Burst, 6 mana, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player.
They like this converted mana cost dealing damage to a target creature or player.
Well, this is the same thing as Vengeful Rebirth from Alara Reborn.
Didn't that hit you though?
No, it hit.
Oh, it hit creature card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it cost same mana, but it was red and green, and it exiled itself.
Yeah.
Same thing. That card didn't really see that much play because it was just really slow. Same thing because it wasn't the Rakdos colors where all their creatures have Unleash, so it's not going to be as big as they're supposed to be. So, meh. Nivix Cyclops, a 3 mana 1/4 defender that when you cast it instant or sorcery gets +3 berserk and can attack as though it didn't have defender. Now the defender thing is still here. It'll stay around until rotation or the next set comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And this does not help the cause at all. It doesn't do anything because you have to have an instant or sorcery for it to actually deal damage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a horned turtle with defender.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
I don't like it. Obsidian's Aid,
Obsidian's funny business?
nigga balls.
Yeah. Wait, what everyone wants to do with Obsidian's Age.
Yeah.
I got a 5 mana Nico!
Yep. Yay!
Yeah.
Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It hits everything for 5 mana. Sometimes you go, I brought back my guild leader that costs 7 mana. Oh my god, this card's amazing. Or you go, I only have a 1/1 in a land.
Yeah. It's situational.
But if your deck
situational.
has a lot of sack outlets,
Right.
this is not a sack outlet, essentially.
Yeah.
So Notion Thief, 3/1 flash. When an opponent draws, you read this card wrong, by the way. It's only on their draw stats this ability is relevant.
It's only during the draw step.
Yeah, if your opponent would draw more cards, more than one cards for the draws in the draw stat,
Okay.
they don't draw. They skip that draw, and you draw that many instead.
Is there anything in standard that does that?
No, I mean like if they draw, it syncs to Revelation that still does it, but it only counts the draws in their draw stat. That's the only one it actually counts.
So if things doesn't trigger during the draw step, if they do it in the turn.
This still will take the cards away. I was saying that it only counts the draw step. If they do Sphinx's Revelation on your turn,
Okay.
they don't draw any cards. You kept saying it drew one card.
Okay, no. I wasn't sure what would happen.
No, you were saying that you were telling Spencer that.
I wasn't sure.
And yet you were still going boldly saying, "Oh, it's this." I was like,
No, I wasn't.
yeah, you were.
Think what you want.
I know what you were saying, and Spencer can actually back me up on this one because he was there.
The 2 Notion Thieves in play does nothing. For, like, if they're in opposing controls.
Yep. You bring in your Notion Thief against their Notion Thief, you have to cancel each other out, and you still draw all the cards.
Yep.
Yay. Pilfered Plans, they made Divination better. If I can move the card, there we go. Draw two cards, and then mill 2 for 3 mana. Card's good.
Yeah. Some people think that they just made Thought Scour really worse. But I'm like, I look at it as a better language. So, I'm fine.
Class is half full.
Yeah.
Plasma Capture, never thought I would see this effect again.
No, I didn't either. Especially for, like, you know, any mana you want. Color?
Not any mana you want, any mana that was cast. So it's a
Yeah,
4 mana mana drain.
Any color you want.
No.
Any combination of colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you get any color you want with it.
Oh, okay.
That's what's like a little bit more crazy about it.
I didn't, yeah, like, of course, obviously you had to have 2 blue and 2 green open, but you had to have 2 blue and a land open for dissipate, blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah. And this is essentially 1 color off.
Mm-hmm.
And it does so much more. It
Yeah.
gives you a free spell.
Mm-hmm.
I like countering my opponent's Sphinx's Revelation for 5, then adding 5 mana to your pool for 8 mana,
8 mana.
and then saying Sphinx's Revelation for 12 with mana open to dissipate your counter spell.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. For a general minute, where's the legendary? It needs to be.
How's the legendary?
This is a general ability. Yeah, it is.
It's good.
No, it needs to be legendary so it can be general.
It's legendary. It'd be weird because it wouldn't keep the same, so it wouldn't get like legendary damage.
No, it just the ability feels legendary.
I like this card. That's all I'm gonna say.
It needs to be legendary. It needs because this is Simics Lozov essentially for that hex growth.
And puts itself in full.
Yeah. Profit loss. This is the worst Zealous prosecution. Persecution. Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, you had both sides for 2 mana way back when. What did you do to make it cost 5? That's what I'm like.
Profit is not going to be played because if you, like I said, if you have a disability and it's good, you're already winning. Loss. Cower and Fear was not really seen in the other set. Meh. Protect and Serve. This is the card I was talking about earlier. Pump and -6. I don't like these cards, to be honest, because it doesn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah, next.
Good
My
card is
favorite,
good.
my favorite card.
It's a reprint. Good card is good.
I like the picture. I like the old picture.
Oh, it's a good thing.
It shows him growing vines out of the tops of his armor. That's it. And he's like, I'm just gonna sit here. Putrefy was him. The old art was him exploding.
Yeah.
Action. It was actually like an instant speed destruction.
I like
This one looks like this looks like a sorcery speed or an enchantment over the beginning of this upkeep thing.
I still like the art.
No,
It's a different style of art, and I like the style more.
It looks too calm for me. I'm just like, no, make it explode.
Yeah.
Good card's good.
This card is good.
Regeneration is annoying to deal with. Well, this deals with it.
Yep.
Ready and Willing.
This card.
Boros Charm. Plus, Vault of the Archangel.
Yep.
Makes your entire team wipe out their entire team. Good.
Plus, no, it's untap for this one, right?
Yeah.
Untap and undestructible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Next. Planeswalker time. Ralzeric. This is a 3-mana Planeswalker. It says 4, but it's actually 3 because you can tap a permanent and then untap a land.
Well, you have to have the mana in place.
I mean,
You still have to have 4 mana in play.
what?
You can't like turn 3 unless you have it in range. That's what it's saying.
Farsi.
Okay, well,
It's still in play. So yeah, I like him a lot. Because he comes with 2 bolts. If you want to just bolt something twice. And the ulti is irrelevant.
he's okay.
I like him. Next turn. Reap Intellect, Lobotomy for X. That's what this is.
Yeah, it's, it's a card. People will think it's good, but I don't think it's so good.
Slaughter Games, Oracle's Return, pick your poison. Those are the ones you play over this.
Yeah.
However, Render Silent,
Oh my god.
combo decks work, Nightmare,
Oh yeah.
the next big counter spell.
Oh yeah.
This is replacing Dissipate.
Yes. Some magic.
No, this is a hard counter spell that stops him from returning.
Right, but sometimes you want to excel the card.
After rotation.
After rotation, yes.
If I ever say I'm replacing a card that's in standard right now, it's after rotation.
Okay.
Bot Farm Skeleton, 4 mana, 4/1 that can't block, and also pay 4 to mill your 4 cards and put them back into play.
Yeah.
And you can only do it as a sorcery speed. I like it because you can buy them back, but well, that's okay. But you can't do it at instant speed.
Right.
If you can do it at instant speed, it'd be okay. I'd play that card. Restore the Peace, 3 mana. It's play Aetherize.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
It's the same thing.
Only
I
you
play
don't have to
Avenging
take
Arrow
damage.
because it kills them, but this one just bounces. So, Rurik Thar the Unbowed, 6 mana, 6/6. And limited, you're taking 6.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Yep. Somehow. Some way.
Vigilance
Reach.
Reach,
Take 6.
6/6, attacks each turn is able. He's not going to be tapped. He will not be dealt with without taking 6 to the face. He's eating creatures, I'm sure. Because you essentially have to triple block him if you want to get rid of him.
Whenever I saw this, I had high hopes for the rest of the champions. And some of the champions I feel like fell short.
felt like that for most of them. They gave us
Well, this guy's good. This
Yeah.
was the first guy that we had spoiled, really, right?
Yeah, but he won't. But he won't be seeing standard play really because he's cost too much. Savage Board Hydra. We needed another Hydra. This one has double strike, which we haven't had yet. And you can put counters on it for 2 mana.
Seems a little bit. I mean, it's not as broken as double each turn, but
No, this is better.
yeah.
This is better because you don't have to do anything. There's a reason why it's mythic.
Yeah. I know it's good. Double strike. Hello.
All the Hydras were good. This one is among the best. You're the best? Alright. Showstopper. 3 mana, instant speed. Until the end of turn, creatures you control gain. When this creature dies, it deals to a target creature or an opponent controls. It doesn't hit players. Card sucks.
That's what I hate.
No.
Yeah.
Scad Clan Giant. When it enters play, it fights target creature and opponent controls at random. It's big enough to be okay and to be kind of a removal spell, but they have to have a smaller creature.
Yep.
But whatever. Okay. Sin Collector. This is going to be a sideboard card in Esper matchups because you get to exile their Sinks and Revelation.
Yeah. It's I like the artwork too. It's pretty.
Yeah, the artwork's pretty good, but
Pretty explosive.
I don't understand. Well, it's not explosive, but it's elegant. It's elegant. It's elegant. But I don't see how this is kind of like a sin. I don't see how getting an instant or sorcery is a sin. Maybe with like nothing like great. Sire of Insanity.
I like this.
Enter top deck mode. Go.
Enter top deck mode. Go. I'm control the player's works to nightmare.
This. Ramp him into play on turn 3 and see what happens.
Control players will cry.
They will have 2 lands in play, and you'll have a 6/4 with whatever you ramped in play, like 2 Arborels or something.
Yeah, something.
And bash, 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 bash. I win. Game 2. You're just like, what do I do?
Because it's each in step, so like they can't hold up anything to stop you.
They have to cast Sphinx's Revelation on the spot. They have to get rid of all the cantrips that they have. They can't even cast a cantrip because getting rid of 2 cards and not 1.
Yeah.
Sphinx's Revelation gains life and that's it, which is relevant for him.
Right.
Yay. Spike Jester, 3/1 with haste for 2 mana.
Could get that.
Foil Stacks is
Practice stars.
Boros. Recto Stacks has better stuff than this. At the 2-drop slot. Yep. Haste is not going to really matter after the first turn.
I'm
And Boros has Battalion, which needs to trigger off when you attack it, but in that case, having haste is such a bigger beating in Boros decks. Species Gorger, the 5-mana 6/6. This is Roaring Provenance for Simic. 1 green mana more for plus, or 1 blue mana more for +2/+2.
Seems pretty good.
It's pretty good, but you're gonna have those situations where you have to bounce it back to your hand
Right.
for a turn. Tajik, Blade of the Legion. This is a 4-mana 2/2 indestructible, and Battalion when it attacks gets +5/+5. This is a 4-mana blocker. It's too slow for the decks that actually will want this ability, and it's not big enough or have like trample or first strike or anything to be good enough in like the Aristocrats deck.
Yep.
Teza, Envoy of the Ghosts. I won't. Can I open these and my limited pool, my sealed pool, please.
Huh?
I want those in my sealed pool.
Yeah.
Vigilance protection from creatures. First off,
Yeah.
wow.
Vigilance pro creatures, and whenever a creature deals damage to you, destroy that creature, and you get a 1/1. It's blind.
Yep. So, value town.
Value town times tenfold. It's great.
Twilight Trouble. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life, and Trouble deals damage to target player equal to the number of cards in his hand. They made Night's Whisperer cost 3 mana, which I don't like, and Trouble doesn't do anything, really.
Yeah.
So, moving on. Tides Drinker, it's a 2/1 for 2 that has lifelink and extort. I was waiting for this card.
I like it. It's a value extort card.
I actually thought it would only be a 1/1. Now it's a 2/1, and it's way better.
Yeah. I like this card.
I like it a lot too. Trostani Summoner, 7 mana, 1/1. You're like, ugh. But it comes into play with a 2/2, a 3/3, and a 4/4. So you're like, yay!
4/4 has trample too.
Yeah. And so,
So
7 mana,
What was
7
that?
mana for 10 power.
What was that? Was it Bestial Menace? That
Yes.
made the 1/1, 2/2, 3/3
For 5 mana.
for 5 mana.
Yeah.
So this is 2 more mana, and you get a 4/4 traveler.
Yeah, but you play Armada Worm, you get 6, you get the same amount of powers for 1 less mana.
True. And all of that's trample, so it's cool.
Yeah. But this card's still good limited.
But yeah, and like if you have ways to bounce, right?
The Deputy of Acquittals.
Yeah, you can get some extra value.
Turn and Burn, it's a removal spell for Thragtusk.
Yep.
They finally made one where he doesn't actually spin a beast.
Yep.
Finally.
I like turn.
Yeah.
And they actually made a burn spell that's called burn.
Yeah. Yay! Okay. Burls the Scarscript. Scarscript. 3 mana 2/2, you're like, it's okay. Second other creature to regenerate. Okay, that's pretty good. Each creature card in your graveyard has scavenged for the mana cost.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shadow loves him.
Death Shadow. 1 mana, 13/13. It gets -X, where X is your life total. I like 1 mana plus 13/13.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have a 15/15 on
Although
graveyard.
that is modern. But yeah.
Oh well. But yeah, we'll also see play.
Yeah.
He's aggressive enough, and also gives all your stuff upside.
In standard, I feel like, you know, his worst enemy is Zori's. As far as the scavenge goes. Like, because Zori's turn hurts scavenge a lot.
Okay with it.
Yep.
But Unflinching Courage, 3 mana, it's the Armadillo quote. But it doesn't stack.
Right.
And also, you can't put it on your opponent's creature.
You were talking about how a creature needed trample earlier?
Yeah.
Let's get a trample lifelink impulse.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Viashino Fast Blade, the 3 mana 4/4 with haste for the first. Then it's a 3 mana 2/2, which is still pretty good. So commons are like, this is a good common.
Yes.
I like it. Voice of Resurgence.
Can I say I love this card?
You can say what the entire card does.
Okay, when an opponent casts a spell during your turn, or when Voice of the Resurgence dies, put a green and white elemental creature token onto the battlefield with this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. This guy basically is like, control, do stuff on your turn, or else I'm gonna start getting creatures. You know, handle this problem, this 2/2 problem that I just set up, or else you're gonna have to start doing stuff on your turn, or else I'm gonna get a huge field.
You know what's gonna happen?
Detention Spirit.
Your opponents will you'll play 2 of these. And if your opponent tries to get rid of one of them on your turn, you get 2 of them. 2 elementals that are 4/4s. so.
It's gonna be a beast. And if they remove it, if they remove them on your turn, it means they're casting spell during your turn, and they die, right? That means you got 4, right?
I like unsummon.
Okay, unsummon.
Where they did Helix, they had to make. They wanted to reprint Lightning Helix, but they didn't want to reprint Lightning Helix.
They couldn't have it be too strong.
Still pretty good though.
Yeah, this is still decent. It gets a lot of the good cards with dealing 4 damage.
Mm-hmm. I think it doesn't hit Thundermaw health hit.
Mm-hmm.
Varel of the Hallclade. There you go. Another Horn Turtle.
Doubles counters.
It doubles counters, but you have to have creatures or permanents as counters, and that's
True.
like
in
limited. That's
limited. It's not going to be that great.
it's okay.
I think
limited is the best place you're gonna have it.
I think you can double
Never
Fun.
I'm talking about construction, but well, no. Warped Physique.
I love this card already.
There's a situational card. You have to play it early. Devour Flesh.
Yeah. I still like it.
Oh yeah, I like it too.
It's removal, or it's like I'm gonna pump my guy a little bit.
Yep.
And I like the
Wear and Tear, just a utility sideboard card.
Yep.
You can see these just
All the
about every set. Yeah, it does what you need. Zertar Ancient. There's a enchantment that did the exact same thing in Shard of Alara. And also Heartbeat of Spring did this as well. Now they put it in a creature. That's a 7/5/5. The reason why I liked it as a creature more is because you can sacrifice the creature and then your opponents will get the benefit.
Right.
Really good, I think. And also 7/5 beater is not bad. Woodlock Crawler, 2/1 Force Wall Protection for green. Anti-green has never been said more than on this card.
Nope.
You play a forest, 3/2. Playing green creature, I can block it. And now the last card of the entire set review, Zertar Druid, 2 mana, 1/1 that adds for a green mana, and when you tap it for mana, it deals 1 damage to each opponent.
So they made a mana dork that pings?
They made a pinging mana dork that you don't even have to use the mana for it to ping.
Right. Yeah. Seems pretty decent.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Just listen to play.
Oh yeah.
Okay guys, that's it for the set review. I'm Casey.
I'm David. Go have fun and win pre-releases. Yeah.
And I also have a special announcement. I'll be starting up another show on here that will involve combos in limited, and possibly I'll also have some standard play possibly on here as well. Some recordings. I'll come back to that later after the pre-release is over next week. I'll have more updates soon. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Bye.